Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Crash Bandicoot-The Wrath of Cortex. This is VerticalSandwich. How's everybody doing? I'm again stuffed up. Alright, so here we are in Fahrenheit Frenzy, and we're gonna try to clear this place out of boxes. To which, for me, is not gonna be a picnic, because I hate this level. I hate everything about it. I hate the way it's built. I hate the way, and the time trial number on here, it's 2 minutes, and like, there's no way for, like, I don't know, this is not gonna be one of the levels we get through, I don't think. It's probably gonna end up being like Gold Rush and Droid Void, and then the new level we unlocked, the only one we haven't messed around in yet. And those are looking like our best options. The new level's not bad for time trial. It's another rolling level, so I thought we were done with rolling levels, but we're not, so that's awesome. Because I really have grown to like them. It's like rolling in space. Space rolling, I call it. Because I'm clever like that. Oh, well, we just died. Oh, I hate it when we die. Although I guess it's better than living a life half-lived. No, I don't know. I'm just, the cold maybe is making me loopy. I'm more nonsensical than I usually am. Or maybe I just can't stop thinking about the Wii. Maybe my heart's not in this. I don't know. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't talk the Wii up more than it, because it's not going to be that spectacular. It's technology that kind of, you know. I mean, I guess it's like 7th generation, so I mean it's as advanced as kind of anything else you could get, PlayStation 3 or Xbox. Although I mean, you know, obviously they're completely apples and oranges. I mean, I got the Wii for Lping. I mean, because I personally, for my own kind of taste in gaming, I would rather have. I've always been a PlayStation guy and stuff like the Nintendo things have never really done it for me. But there were really great games, like really great, funny, my kind of sense of humor games for the Wii, and not so much for the the PlayStation 3. At least right now. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm not a computer kind of internet, I mean, aside from like posting these videos kind of guy. Like, I'm pretty old-fashioned when it comes to kind of ridiculous stuff, so like, yeah, I didn't realize until recently that like, when people are playing like in LPs and stuff, like when people are playing like Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time, like, a lot of them are using, you know, emulators stuff. Like, I didn't realize what an emulator was, that people like used PS2 emulators and things. And like, I just own a PS2 and like really love like kind of all kinds of game systems. So like, I own a functional Super Nintendo and Nintendo 64, and I mean, I get that stuff for like things that are a little harder to, like a Sega, where the original input, because like I own a Sega too, but like it's not set up for like the tri-cable format, which is kind of weird. Like, it just does antenna, but I could still, I think, record through a VCR, like outputs in a VCR. So yeah, so if you see me playing a game, with the exception of PlayStation 1 games, I'm playing on the system. I don't know how much of a difference that makes to people or anything like that. I really don't understand kind of the culture and mentality behind LPing. I mean, aside from why I do it, which is fine. But yeah, I don't know what an emulator is or how you run one, like, or how that works. So yeah, it's really weird because like I go looking for like old systems and like, not old systems, but like old cartridges and stuff for fun. You know, like, just picked up, like, was it a half-price books, and they had like some Nintendo 64 games for like $1.99, and like just picked them up and they're garbage. Like, I tried playing them and they're just not fun. Like, and they're ugly and horrible, and I could never LP them or anything, but it was fun to kind of put them in and mess around with the gameplay and stuff like that. I love doing that stuff. I actually found my Super Nintendo, like, was cleaning out a rental property, well, the only rental property my parents kind of work with. They don't own it, they kind of manage it. It's a long story. It used to be my uncle's house, and now my mom manages the estate and is trying to get rid of it and stuff. But anyway, and people moved out, and they left a working Super Nintendo with Super Mario All-Stars in the basement. I never played Super Mario All-Stars. You never played the Lost Levels or anything like that. I love that stuff. Yeah, and they left a bunch of games too, and they're all not great games, but like, it's fun to play, you know, like like C2 the Armageddon or whatever, which is this like claymation fight game. It's horrible, but like, not claymation, but like this. Yeah, I guess the premise is that it's kind of claymation-y. I don't know. I'm just rambling on about these old systems I own and stuff. But, like, I enjoy them, you know, it's kind of a pain to do all the wiring switching and stuff, like, because right now all I have is, like, the PS2 and the Wii hooked up. Oh, we needed that to be TNT, didn't we? Well, whatever. Okay, maybe we can do it this way. Oh, that worked. I mean, it hurt us, but it worked. Because we need to get these boxes, obviously. Alright. Oh, well, that's going to be a problem. We're not going to deal with that. I mean, I don't know what they expect you to do here, aside from either lose an Aku Aku or use your bazooka. But we wouldn't have had the bazooka the first time we came through here. What did we do here the first time? Did we even go in here the first time? I don't even know. I don't even know what we did. Oh, that was dumb. Yeah, well, I thought there was just ground there. I just figured there would be ground. Well, we'll take two then. So yeah, I saw somebody like, well, Luca Jin, who, if you're not watching her LPs, maybe you should be, maybe you shouldn't, I don't know. Depends on what you're into, I guess. I'm paying a lot of attention to her Paper Mario one right now. But she lists on her LP page the emulators she uses and like some question and answer stuff for like PS2 emulators, and it was just like, oh, it hadn't occurred to me that people would need to emulate or maybe an emulator is not what I understand it to be. I just assumed that it was something that pretends to be the game system. So like, but again, I don't know. So yeah, so I mean, if you know anything about emulators or anything like that and you want to clue me in, I don't know. Again, actually, I don't... This is really ridiculous. This is going to sound horrible, because like I'm at a friend's house and they don't have Wi-Fi. So what I'm doing is I'm recording these LPs and processing them on my laptop and then moving them with a flash drive to the only computer in the house that has an internet connection and uploading them there. Which is actually kind of convenient because, like, then I can just get those going and forget about it. Oh, we ended up on top of this. Oh, okay, I didn't think there was another one below us. But apparently there is. Well, those are all of our boxes, people. Fantastic, we can move forward. All this talk about stuff I don't understand. I actually don't understand a lot of things. Like, I did not, you know, like, compared to the people who are playing kind of video games and watching video, you know, like the kind of, you know, I don't want to say kids today, because I'm not that old. I mean, I'm 32. I mean, I guess I could have like a 12-year-old pretty easily, you know. I mean, obviously, I don't have kids, but like kids who are, you know, kind of playing these games and stuff, like, they definitely. I grew up in a different world than that. I mean, but that's with every generation. You know, my parents grew up in a, you know, my parents remember where they were when Kennedy was shot, you know, and like, someday I'll be weird that way for remembering where I was, like, when the Challenger blew up, or things like that, but, you know, I mean, but everybody's like that. It's not, I think I said this before, like, I'm not a big believer that the world gets worse as people get older. Like, my parents are, you know, my brother is 16 years older than me, so he's in his mid-40s, and, he hates that, like, he's like, you know, they don't even teach kids how to write letters anymore, and I'm like, well, you know, that may be true, it's not, but it, you know, even if it was true, like, if they're never gonna write letters, why would you teach them that? Like, they taught me cursive, you know, and, like, I've never used cursive, like, I stopped, like, there was never use for cursive in my life once I got outside of, like, you know, junior high school. So, I mean, if kids are never going to need to know how to do something because it's going to be antiquated, like, then who cares? Like, my brother doesn't know how to drive a horse and buggy because he never had to learn, because that's ridiculous. So logically, I mean, like, if nobody's ever going to need to write letters again, like paper copies of letters, why would you teach kids how to do that? It doesn't make them bad, it just makes it different, you know? Like, my life would not be any, my life would not be any less full if I did not know how to write cursive. You know? I mean, as a result, I learned how to write shorthand, which is, you know, useful, or was. Now what they need to teach kids to do is type. You know, like, yeah, the internet's not going anywhere. It's gonna be, you know, every household technology, if it's, you know, because it's already close to that. Ugh. So anyway, so I'm ranting and raving about the internet. But I mean, yeah, you can go to any Starbucks and use Wi-Fi. Why would you, you know, phones and stuff, like, I'll have Wi-Fi and stuff too, so anyway, so my brother doesn't really, I don't know, and like I said, it bothers him, and it sucks that it does, because it's not going to change, but, yeah, but he really thinks, like, the world's going to hell in a handbasket, because suddenly kids can't do all these things that he was taught to do, like, you know, or it's just like, you know, times change, and they're not, you know, the times now are not worse than the times then, really. I mean, they're different. You know, you can't know until afterwards, you know, like, people really, you know, like, you think of the 50s, you think of, like, you know, hoop skirts and malt chops and all the stuff you see in, like, you know, Greece or something like that, and then, like, but you could very easily also think of, like, McCarthyism, like the start of the Cold War, and all these bad things that happened. You know, it's just like we live in a time where we concentrate on, like, I don't know, I guess what's going on with us will be remembered the same way. People will think back on it and be like, oh yeah, I remember this, that was so cool. And then other people will be like, well, yeah, but what about this? You know, what about 9/11? You know, the 2 wars that were going on. This is, by the way, I'm speaking from the point, I'm an American, so I'm speaking from that point of view. Obviously, you know, people living in Britain right now have a completely different sense of what's going on in the world and how they feel about it. I'm sorry, this is like, we're not even talking about video games. So anyway, so I'm coming back into Avalanche because I finally figured out that, like, that thing at the end doesn't, that I'm actually missing 2 boxes. And, I know which ones now, so. But I always assumed it was just because I wasn't getting 22 of the things at the end for the, but that must be a special gem. It's the only place the special gem could be is connected to that in this level. So we're gonna have to run those, but yeah, you're gonna be amazed because I always came up 2 boxes short in this level, and I could never figure out what, and I just blamed everything but me that maybe I was missing 2 boxes. And I feel like such an idiot having found them. Like, it was just so, it just was careless. So, and they're in this bonus stage, actually. So we're gonna see them really soon. There they are. That's it. Those 2 boxes underneath. Like, I would set off these TNTs and never come back for them. Like, all I had to do was that. Like, and it's just ridiculous. I feel ashamed saying it aloud. So now we should be able to clear a gem out of this level. And then we're gonna be good. I mean, we're gonna do a lot of gem cleanup from now on, because, like, oh, that was dumb. That was horrible. Now how far back do we have to go? All the way back to the beginning. Oh, fantastic. So, yeah, we'll be clearing out a lot of gems, and like I said, we've got to figure out 3 more time trials to do, but, you know, and then, like I said, in the whole concentration's on gems, and most of the gems we have left are just clean out box gems. So, like, no matter how hard a level is, we can get all the boxes out of it. So we should be in good shape to get the alternate ending of this game. I mean, assuming that the last level isn't just, like, the worst thing in the world. But. So yeah, it'll be a matter of time. It's not even, like, a matter of skill anymore. Like, we've done all the kind of skillful things we need to do. We can take our time and go through levels and clear them out. For the most part. Again, there's still 3 more relics we have to get, so we have to do 3 more times. Ah, jeez, I just can't catch a break with this level. So yeah, so I'm like I said, I'm kind of excited about it. Like the only thing I allowed myself to read as far as a spoiler goes is that the alternate ending is kind of fun. So I take back what I said when I said about us having all the gems and then just messing with us to make us like do the gem thing again. Like that apparently was an accurate assessment of the situation. Like once we get all the gems, the reality changes. So, did I just spend like 14 minutes just talking about like kids and generational stuff and like the way my brother feels about them? Oh no, I was talking about emulators. I don't even know what. Again, I don't know what they are. I have to look it up to figure it out. I'm such an old. See, that's the kind of stuff that makes me feel old. Because I'm like, I don't know what an emulator is. Like, I have a flip phone still. Like a Verizon's free phone with no text messaging on it. How great is that? Because I never use it, so. Yeah, I had a boss that really hated that. Sent like schedule changes and stuff to people with text messaging, and I told them why the schedule changed, and I was like, well, I didn't know, and they were like, well, didn't you get the text message? I was like, I don't get text message. And they were like, well, it's so convenient. And I was like, well, it was never convenient for me. I mean, it was like an extra, you know, whatever. I paid for the plan every month that I never used. The only text messages I ever got were from my phone company, telling them my bill was due, or telling me my bill was due, or telling me that they received my bill. Alright, so this should have done it. We're hoping. Awesome! Alright, I'll be letting you guys go then. Thanks for watching and listening to me kind of complain, and I appreciate it, and you guys take care of yourselves. Bye.